Hi, welcome to Gillette's YouTube channel. If you've had any hip or low back pain, one thing that you would not notice, but which can be dangerous, is a pelvic rotation towards the left or towards the right. In this video, I'm going to show you how to assess and how to correct that pelvic rotation to help you get out or stay out of hip and low back pain. When assessing for a pelvic rotation, we need to first make sure that the feet are lined up together and one foot is not in front of the other. I can't tell you how many times I've made the mistake of thinking that there's a pelvic rotation, only to look down at the feet and find that one foot is ahead of the other. Now, these are my client's feet, and now I'm showing you the hips, which you can clearly see are rotated towards the right. You will probably see more hips rotate towards the right than towards the left, but if you do this long enough, you will find some hips that are rotated towards the left. Now, it's also good to check from the front too. As you can see, I'm palpating my client's ASIS with my thumbs, and if I were to see a pelvic rotation towards the right, my right thumb would be closer to me than the left thumb, and the more and more that you do this, the better and easier that you will be able to detect a pelvic rotation. Now, if you're doing this to yourself, that's fine. As you can see, my left ASIS is ahead of my right ASIS in front of my body, and that would indicate a pelvic rotation towards the right. So you can do a self-assessment for yourself. That's just fine. Now, when you're training, you need to make sure that you look like this. You can assess those ASIS to make sure they line up properly, but especially before doing exercises like squats, deadlifts, cleans, heck, even walking and running, you need to make sure that you are neutral and then can maintain that neutrality when doing the exercise. I see a lot of people who will compensate towards the right when they start to do that exercise. Now, I will include this compensation. I think this is a good compensation reset exercise if you had a pelvic right rotation. And what I'll also do for clients is I will try to rotate them towards the right, and I'll have them resist that and maintain this position. That helps the clients activate the muscles which have become deactivated from being rotated towards the right. Now, if you do not address the sitting position, you're probably making a big mistake, because very likely the pelvic rotation is coming from the sitting position, since we sit basically about 8 to 12 hours a day. So don't be surprised if you see this where the left thigh is ahead of the right thigh, which would create a right pelvic rotation. We need to address this and we need to correct this, and the clients need to take that very seriously. You can even assess them if they come into the gym. Just have them sit down for whatever. Don't let them know you're testing them, but see if they do that posture, which you can tell, oh, they're still maintaining that. This is what we do want, though. You could also have that right knee a little bit ahead of the left knee as a temporary compensation, and like I said, that's a good compensation. However, if you do the right knee ahead for too long, you can get a left pelvic rotation, which we do not want. Now, if the sitting and the standing didn't produce the results we wanted to, we could go through the lying down. If someone has a big pelvic rotation, I'll go through this right away with them too. This would be promoting right pelvic rotation, so I would caution them. I'm sleeping on their right side. You could have a pillow, though, underneath that left knee, which can help to make sure that those both pelvis stay stacked on top of each other. This would be better because this promotes with my right pelvis essentially being a little bit more forward. This would promote a left pelvic rotation, which is, for purposes of this video, is what we would want. You'd also want to make sure that the bed that you're sleeping on doesn't have any grooves where one ASIS would end up being higher than the other, and you can assess that for yourself. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. Thank you.